The next bill on the calendar for the day is House File 2950. The clerk will report the bill.
House File number 2950, number 2 on the calendar for the day, an act relating to retirement, the first engrossment.
The member from Ramsey, Representative Herr.
Madam Speaker, House File 2950 is the policy piece of the omnibus pension bill, and I just want to highlight some of the provisions in this. This was truly a bipartisan bill. We have we have more Republican bills language in this bill than we do Democrats, and that's how we know that it was a lot of great compromise and work in order to get this bill through. I want to just highlight Representative Wogelmont's the administrative changes to MSRS, PARA, and TRA. Representative Anderson's para-defined contribution plan expanded to local officials. Senator Rasmussen's same-sex survivor designee allowed. This was a really important bill for us because it allowed same-sex partners in order to designate each other as the beneficiaries, and that was long overdue. Senator Howe's extended time period for purchase of military service with para. Representative Nelson's employer contribution limits raised for IUOE multi-employer plans. Representative Franzen's modifying service continued to be determined for vesting for firefighters in the SVF plan. Representative Hadella's simplified requirements for relief associations after joining the SVF plan. Representative Nelson's state auditor's recommendation for volunteer firefighters. Representative Robbins and Senator Limmer's mid-year coverage for Hamel and Loretto firefighters in the SVF plan. Representative Wogelmont's 2 individual transfers for para-general to para and that's a technical change that was made for that. And then Representative Olson and Seebergers, who had specific provisions in order for individuals who are impacted by this. One was for Representative Olson, the Fond du Lac Tribal Community College allowed to elect TRA for coverage, and Senator Seeberger's Minnesota State employee permitted for you to be able to elect TRA coverage. And so there's a lot of really great provisions in this bill. We actually looked across the state and said, what do we need to fix and what do we need to bring forward in order to ensure that those who have been excluded potentially and omitted from being able to participate get the opportunity to do so. This is a really good bill, and I ask for the body support.
There are no amendments at the desk. The clerk will give the bill its third reading.
Third reading, House File number 2950.
Third reading. The member from Dakota, Representative Berg.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm pretty sure I already said what I had to say. Thank you.
The member from Hennepin, Representative Nadeau.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And members, thank you. I rise in support of this bill, and I want to publicly thank the chair for her gracious tolerance of my curiosity. I do like to get engaged as much as possible. I think like every bill, and I've said this probably every time I stand up, it's all about trying to find that balance in my world. With what we vote on, what we look for, and I think within the targets, I think Representative Herr and the whole commission did a really good job. Do I think the targets were too small? Yeah, I do. I think that what it showed me is that we have a good start to something. We left a lot of people on the wayside on this one. We did some really good things. We got, our police and fire. They got a 4% one time. We basically bought down liabilities for our general fund by $350 million. Really, really good work. But it shows that we've got a lot of work to do in the future because our teachers are struggling, and every one of us have seen that this year. I tried to have an amendment a few days ago that I thought maybe we could move some more money to Chair Herr's area, but it was unsuccessful, Madam Speaker. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. So I want to thank you for putting a good bill out there, allowing me to participate as much as possible, and I recommend everyone vote for this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any further discussion? The member from Ramsey, Representative Herr.
Madam Speaker, I don't know what the technical term is, but I think somebody else might have wanted to speak. Representative Nelson, is he here? Maybe not. All right, that's okay then. Then I'm just going to ask everybody for a green vote. Thank you so much for the opportunity to get to work on pensions, and I just ask for your support of the bill.
The clerk will take the roll on the bill. The clerk will close the roll. There being 122 ayes and 0 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to.